Hi everyone, welcome back to Baka Bitches. We are two 30-something-year-olds who love to drink and talk about anime. So I'm going to go ahead and pass it off to Hannah to quickly go through our anime disclaimers.
Yes, because you'll need them just in case you don't want sensitive ears listening. But yeah, this is fair warning, a podcast that we're going to be talking about there's going to be language, there's going to be cursing because we're drinking, there's going to be drinks. So
What the fuck are you talking about?
I know.
What kind of fucking language
rude.
is happening in
this
here?
This is bullshit. I
it's
know.
A family
I'm
show.
So sorry.
Please don't watch this with your family.
Yeah, don't do it.
Watch it in private.
With the door closed and locked. But yeah, so there's going to be language. There's probably going to be some sexy talk in here.
Some adult themes.
Definitely a lot of adult themes. And that ranges
references
from,
to sexuality.
Yes, sexy sex time and daddies. Lots of daddies.
So many daddies. All the daddies with an I-E-S. Daddies.
Daddies.
Probably some dark elements. Some things that might be uncomfortable. Death.
Sex, violence, drug use.
Mm-hmm. Heavy themes.
We're gonna talk about it all. So if you're a little sensitive about those subjects, please just be aware that it's to your discretion, and don't come at us for watching in dub. Okay?
Mostly don't come at us for that because we are Baka Bitches and we are not reading subtitles.
We are not. Maybe on our own time, but this is podcast time, and we gotta go with the English. We gotta go with the English so we absorb it all.
Enjoy, guys.
Enjoy. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Baka Bitches. We are two 30-something-year-olds who love to drink and talk about anime and sometimes about sister wives.
Tonight it's mostly talk about sister wives.
Yeah, we just spent 20 minutes talking about
sister wives.
But yeah, anyways, my name is Hannah.
My name is Stephanie, and we are not sister wives.
We are not, but you know what? We could...
But long-term plan.
Yeah, honestly, I mean, we could be sister wives in title only.
And for a gay guy named Gary.
Oh, so here for Gary.
We're just here for Gary. Team Gary.
I know.
All around.
Our audience is like,
who's Gary?
So lost.
Gary is any guy who has a good sense of fashion, style, and hair.
Yes. Even though, for some odd reason, the Gary in my head is bald, but has a nice,
he's definitely
groomed
bald.
Beard.
And he's got a very chiseled jawline.
Uh-huh.
He works out, but he's not a fitness guru. He's just fit enough.
Yeah. He got dad bodish vibes, right?
He loves wearing a pink polo.
Yeah. And the shorts, just some nice gay shorts. Not
with a plaid print on them.
Oh, yeah.
They're definitely plaid printed.
Very good aesthetic. And then the loafer shoes. The moccasin looking loafer shoes.
Most importantly, he has manicured fingernails, which doesn't mean that he's got a French tip.
Right, no.
But they're nice and clean.
Yeah, they're very the term.
He doesn't bite his nails.
No, not at all. He knows his way around some clippers, fingernail clippers.
He's seen some cuticle oil before.
And he comes up to you and goes, "Oh, honey, no,
girl,
don't.
This isn't doing anything for you.
No, let me give you the Gary treatment.
That's Gary.
The Gary glamour.
Are you Gary? Are you who we've been looking for?
Do you want some sister wives?
Message us. We are open for business.
Yeah, put in your application.
Yeah, accepting Gary's only. Unfortunately, tonight we are not going to be reviewing Gary. We are reviewing our last episode of season 1 of Inuyasha.
We are.
And granted, Inuyasha could use some help from Gary.
Yeah.
I mean, we all can.
But especially Inuyasha.
Especially Inuyasha.
Especially with that attitude,
I was going to say the bedside manner was definitely lacking this episode. I feel like he could have been doing a lot better. Like, Kagome's really not busting out the sit boys when she needs to be.
Not enough.
Yeah, that was really coming in handy early on, and she's kind of giving him a lot of free reign now, and she needs to just assert her dominance again.
I think she could do it if she really wanted to, but maybe she kind of likes Inuyasha going a little crazy.
Oh yeah, she likes the feralness a little bit.
I think so.
It turns her on.
I mean, honestly, same.
Yeah. We all love a bad boy.
We do. I mean, Sesshomaru, hello.
Yeah, for sure.
Naraku, hello. Oh, that's probably just me.
No, I'm here for Naraku.
Oh, I'm glad.
Like him.
That's good. Yeah, no, like, he just got that bad boy
energy.
Vibe. Yeah, it's a vibe.
He got some swag. It's because he has the confidence. He comes out with the
Oh,
confidence.
yeah, for sure. I mean, he literally was like, let me, like, just possess this really sick prince, but he's a hot, sick prince, so, like...
It's the best kind of sick prince.
Yeah, it really is. So, Naraku knows what he's doing.
Yeah. And he definitely knows what he was doing when we opened the episode and he was just full hitting on Sango?
Oh, no, that's Moroku.
I like him.
Oh, I was talking about Naraku. The big baddie. Oh.
Don't know the difference. Same person.
It's not, though.
Who is the other one that you're talking about?
Naraku is the big baddie. Remember?
There's a bad guy every episode.
Oh my gosh, let me pull up my phone.
Hannah's so mad.
Because I'm like, yeah, Naraku, and you're like,
Yeah, I'm here for that.
But that's not it. That's Moroku. You gotta listen for the difference.
Listen.
I'm listening. Are you listening?
I'm only half Asian.
We're just Baka Bitches.
I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know who this guy would be.
Yes, you do.
Well, probably. I can't picture him in my head. When was the last time we saw him?
Like 2 episodes ago.
Doesn't ring a bell.
Stephanie.
Yes.
Stephanie, remember...
What was he doing? What was his major plot point?
Remember Naraku is the main villain in Inuyasha.
Oh.
And you see him...
the other white-haired guy was the main villain.
No, that's Sesshomaru.
I thought he was the main villain.
No, that's Sesshomaru. That's Inuyasha's older brother who's, like, also equally as hot. It's a tie for... Well, okay, no, there's like a 3-way tie for me in hot guys in Inuyasha.
Okay.
But since we're like, this is the end of season 1, we're not going to visit the 3rd one.
Got it.
Unfortunately. So Sesshomaru, long hair, white guy.
Yep.
Right? That's
Remember
always
him.
in the outro scene.
Okay, does he take place 1, 2, or 3 for you? Overall,
probably number 1.
Okay.
Definitely number 1 for me. Not gonna lie, just that angsty, angry, broody, just really gets me.
Okay.
Naraku's definitely second.
Naraku. With an N, you guys.
Naraku.
For all you idiots out there who didn't understand.
Main villain.
That wasn't me. I'm just trying to make you guys look good.
Main villain.
Okay.
In Inuyasha.
I mean...
Who they're constantly talking about. Who's like, yeah, Naraku is gonna come to us when we collect all the shards.
I mean, every time they said that, I just assumed they meant the white-haired guy, but you're right. He does have a different name. That
he really does.
Anything like that.
He really does.
So what place is he? Is he 2 or 3?
He's 2.
Oh, he's 2. Okay.
Yeah, he's right there, close.
So the person that we will never meet is 3.
Yeah.
What is his name?
Koga.
Okay. Well, see, I remember that. 'Cause
I
that's
love
very
Koga.
different.
Koga definitely has, like he... Oh, gosh. Because eventually we will get around to watching season 2. Eventually. Eventually, yeah.
Wow.
I don't know when exactly. I could just be like, yeah, after we've finished up the anime that you choose, I could be like, surprise, bitch, Inuyasha season 2, or I could pick another one. I don't know yet. I don't know where I land on that.
By the time we get through season 2 of Inuyasha, we'll be like, hey everyone, welcome to Baka Bitches. We are two 50-something-year-olds who love to drink and talk about anime. Right? That's gonna be
probably.
The vibe.
You know what? It's fine.
We got a lot of animes to watch.
We're just forever young. It's fine.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, anyways, we'll eventually get around to Koga, and so I won't give too many details, but I have a really soft spot for him because he's very like dominant in a way. He and kind of like just self-confident. Anyways, but he's not like a villain.
Oh.
He's not a villain necessarily.
He's just a baddie.
I'd say he is, you know how Gary Oak is Ash Ketchum's rival?
I know, I love Gary.
Yeah. Koga is Inuyasha's rival.
Oh.
I would say.
I love a good rival.
Yeah, there's a rivalry.
That's why I like Draco Malfoy.
Oh, see? Then you might be a Koga gal.
He's not really a bad guy. But
yeah, not really.
He's also kind of a dick.
Yeah.
And I do love a good dick, so.
Who doesn't?
I know. That's what I'm saying. We have gotten really off topic. We haven't even talked about the episode.
No, but we have been talking about Inuyasha, which counts.
Okay.
It counts.
I'm here for it.
Okay.
So,
we are on our last episode of season 1 of Inuyasha with this. I don't know the title of it because I don't take notes.
The Lake of the Evil Water God.
Ah, yeah. See, you're on it.
I know one thing. It's not people's names, but it is the episode title.
Or who they are in the anime, apparently. Well, you're like, oh yeah, Naraku, the pervy monk. I'm wait, what?
I really like him. To be honest, he's
Moroku.
My favorite.
It's Moroku.
Yeah, he's my favorite.
Okay, yeah, no, that's fair. He's got a very big fan club within the fanime.
I like him.
Yeah, so we'll get into the episode now, you guys, after that. So we open up to everyone, the gang, kind of hanging out in a field, cliffside thing, kind of talking. I can't remember what they're talking about, but they're talking, probably very inconsequential. This alcohol drink is hitting hard, so...
You got this. Deep breath. You got to carry us through this. I don't even know who main characters are. We're at the end of season 1.
You're full of doubts and second guessing at this point.
I'm just here listening to you now.
Okay, that's fine.
My notes are of no help.
Oh no. But you have so many.
I know.
They've got to be helpful.
Yeah.
So, okay, we're just going to go for it. So, the group is hanging out on a prairie field, cliffy area, and they're just kind of traveling around, and they're kind of stopping in this moment because I guess they sent Shippo out to do some scoping about seeing what the
lay of the land was.
Lay of the land.
Yeah.
And Shippo comes back and they're like, all right, buddy, what'd you see? What'd you see, friend? And he's like, oh, I saw a shrine over there yonder. And Inuyasha is like, Naraku's palace? And we're like, no, you dumb bitch. He said a shrine. That's different. That's totally different, right? But I don't know. Maybe not. Apparently, a shrine and a palace can be the same thing. I don't know. So they start like getting kind of hyped up, and that's when they see kind of this parade of...
Yeah, it's like a caravan moving through.
Little caravan, some villagers, all of them bald, carrying this
covered wagon.
Yeah, covered wagon thing on their shoulders.
Yeah.
Minus the wheels. There were no wheels on it. I don't know what you call that.
Yeah.
What?
Those things that people would put like a person of honor on, and you'd kind of tote them around.
Yeah.
Like Cleopatra.
Yeah, like that.
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, give us a comment and tell me what it is.
We're just at a loss for
I'm going to
words.
forget about this by the time this airs.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be looking it up. I would Google it right now, but then I'd like not talk, and that's not okay.
If I open my phone, I'm just going to get lost into whatever else I'm doing. Like,
I'm gonna...
look at my emails.
Oh, you look at emails. I would open the Pokemon Go app because that's usually my instinct. Because I'm like, what shiny can I get? Anyways, so...
They're carrying a VIP around, is what it appears to be at a glance, right? Because what else would you put in something like that?
Yeah, it was very fancy,
You're
very
either
ornate.
Carrying gold bars in there, or you're carrying a VIP. So it turns out that this has got a VIP in there. Supposedly, that's what they've got it to look like.
Right.
That it's supposed to be someone really important inside. They're going to take this person. So of course, Inuyasha and the rest of the fucking Ghostbusters gotta be like, hey, what's going on? What's everybody doing? Look at this.
They gotta be so fucking nosy about everything.
They really do.
I mean, of course, granted, and I don't really know how it happened, but they're kind of like... I feel like they were a couple yards away, right?
Oh, yeah, no, they went to go meet this group to be nosy-ass motherfuckers.
Because they were like... it felt like they first overheard some of the people trailing along. Like, they were talking, having a conversation, these villagers. And from yards away, the group can somehow hear them. Because these villagers are straight up, like, talking, giving the key words, the hot words, the trending words of, child sacrifice and, the water god
Inuyasha's dog ears just like picked up on the high frequency of sounds being made.
Yeah, all this whining and bitching he's picking up on, and he's like,
they did come in just in time to collectively as a group overhear, like you said, those big keywords. Sacrifice, small child.
Yeah, like,
pathetic, pitiful.
We need to stop
Water
all this
god.
flooding and shit. And so we must sacrifice the child.
Yeah, so they engage the caravan of peeps, and they're like, hey, assholes, what's up? And then the assholes are just kind of like, yeah, so here's the thing. This water god is pissed as fuck, and we're just doing this little ritual thing that we always do collectively, where there's like this arrow, and it gets shot, and then it gets shot out, and then whoever's roof it lands on, like, that's like where we need to have the sacrifice from. This time around, it landed on the headmans. They kept calling him the headman. Yeah, like, I guess, like, the top dog of the area.
Probably, like, kind of the mayor of the village, if you will.
He was in a position of leadership, so it landed on his roof this particular time, and he's like, oh, it's very sad, but, it's for the greater good, so, my son's gotta go, and it's very sad, very sad.
Yeah, I mean, you would definitely act like that if your house and your child was chosen as the sacrifice, I'm sure.
Oh, I mean, it depends on the child, but maybe.
Yeah, which one?
Which one, and what have they done throughout the day?
Oh, so you definitely have a favorite. Okay, I see.
It changes from time to time.
No, that's fair. I'm sure that changes from minute to minute, depending.
Yeah, and so then they were kind of like, well, it was nice meeting up with you guys, but, we're kind of busy. We're on our way for the sacrifice thing, so just like GTG, bye.
Yeah.
And they just kind of go along their way.
We gotta go.
So Inuyasha and team are just kind of like, all right, well, that was information, and, it's kind of like, well, are we not going to do anything? This is terrible. And
Yeah, this is
Inuyasha's like,
disgusting.
whatever, you know. You win some, you lose some. Yeah.
He's half demon. He don't give a shit.
Yeah, no, he really doesn't care.
Nah.
And then just like Trash Panda Kid comes out of fucking nowhere. Like he just like had, I don't know, a rucksack on his entire back. And he just popped up like a little turtle out of nowhere and was like, surprise, I'm here. Come follow me. And then everyone just blindly follows his asshole.
They're like, okay.
And just follow this dirty ass little kid further into the woods. I don't know. Am I tracking Hannah?
Oh,
because
no.
These are my notes.
You're accurate. No, it's accurate.
Trash Panda Kid is just like, hey, look at all my treasures. You can pick a treasure. And then Inuyasha's just like, oh, boy. We
look
just
at all
really
this
won
junk.
the lottery. Fan-fucking-tastic. Right? And, so the kid was pretty much like, all right, so you picked a treasure, so now you're indebted to me, now you need to help me. We are going to go fuck up the water god. And then everyone is kind of like, what?
All
Wait,
right.
what? Who the hell are you?
Yeah, what is up with you, little boy?
Yeah.
And like the one thing, and I don't know if it's because I was just vibing because of the drink.
Yeah, you weren't even listening to what I was saying. You're just like, that sounds good stuff.
No, it's because it's like it all tracks.
Thanks.
Like, no, but no, I'm like talking when we're watching the episode, right? And I'm like, wow, because you know, Shippo is a little kid, really.
Yes.
But you can tell the voice actor is probably more of an adult playing, you know, like probably an adult woman. Doing that little like kind of raspy-ish young kid
going
voice.
Full Ash Ketchum.
Yeah, for sure. This character though, this little boy, sounds like it's played by an actual little boy, and like there's something kind of really endearing about it to me.
Aww.
And I'm like, oh, that's really cute. Like this voice, I don't know. I was like, oh, that's exactly what a little boy would sound like.
Oh.
And I'm like, oh yeah, no, this is accurate. Like they got some sort of 8-year-old in the voice
with
acting
all
booth.
these 40, 50-year-old voice actors, and they have this one legitimate 8-year-old kid, and they're like, here, play a little Trash Panda dirty ass kid, and he's like, you got it, dude.
Yeah, you like it's just this kid boyish kind of like you can tell like okay, he's not super trained in voice acting, so I'm like,
he's just reading lines.
Yeah, I'm like like he can still have inflection on it, but you're like, oh no, like that is truly a little kid reading lines. And I'm like, oh, that's great. And it kind of reminded me, and I don't know if you've seen it, but there's this show that I can't remember the actual name of, but there's this character.
I'm here for this game.
It's not a game. It's a show.
No, I'm here for the game to guess which show you're talking about.
Okay. And one of the characters that is legitimately or was legitimately voiced at the time by a 5-year-old was named Catbug.
Oh.
And it another thing I'll have to show you clips of because it's so fucking cute. And like all of the lines that Catbug has is just amazing and it makes me laugh. So anyways, it kind of reminds me a little bit of Catbug. And I don't know why, but it does.
Okay.
And I'm just here for it. And I'm just vibing with it. So this kid, this 8-year-old is like, buys out the group and is like, you can have whatever you want. Here's some rolls of silk. Here's like some trinkets or whatever. Inuyasha's like, this is all junk, but Moroka's like, no, this is like actually really good stuff.
Yeah, this is fine quality silk.
And this kid is like, okay, great, you're hired. And
now you must help me seek some revenge.
and the group is like, why do you care so much about what's happening? And then they connected dots. Dots were connected to where they're like, you're actually the mayor's kid, aren't you?
Uh-huh.
And he's like, yeah. And so who's that little boy in the caravan? Who's that little boy in the little carrying case?
Right.
And he kind of says, listen, It's my friend from the village. We grew up together.
Actually, my best friend.
Like, best friend.
Oh, shit.
Probably only friend, really.
Probably. Mm-hmm. Even better.
And tells the story of how his father, the mayor, every time an arrow would land on someone else's roof, he'd be like,
oh, so sad.
It's so sad.
But make a sacrifice.
Do it for the village, for the rest of the group.
And then the second that arrow landed on our roof, he told me to run.
Told me to hide like a little bitch.
Yeah.
And he's like, I can't stand for it. I can't stand that he took my best friend and forced him to be the sacrifice in my place.
Yeah, I had one friend. Now I'm going to have 0 friends.
Like, and no one's going to be friends with me after this.
Yeah,
once
because
this
my daddy
gets
might
out.
kill them.
Like, my dad just forces them to be sacrifices for the water god. So,
children sacrifices.
It's just not that great. And, he's kind of delving into more detail. Like, 6 months ago, water god came in, started demanding sacrifice. Otherwise, we're going to get flooded. And, to avoid that, we just got to keep doing all of these sacrifices. And they're like, this is really sus. So they go with the kid, like, it turns, dead of night, more or less. And they start, most of them are in a boat, but Sango is on Kilala, and they're wading through water, because maybe, I guess, there's just not enough room for Sango and Kilala, I guess, in the boat.
Anime logic.
Yeah.
Because if they, for the plot reasons, needed to be on the boat, they would have been on the boat.
Yeah, and you know what is good for a fire cat? Water.
Yeah. This fire cat is resistant to water.
Apparently.
The best fire cat.
I mean, thank goodness Kilala is not a Charmander. Otherwise, that bitch would have been dead.
Yeah.
So I don't know why I keep making Pokemon references.
You just desperately just want to play Pokemon Go. You're
Maybe.
like, God damn it, let's wrap up this
Let's do
podcast
it.
so we can play Pokemon Go.
Without my phone.
I need someone to lucky trade
I'm
me now. God damn it.
jonesing.
Lucky trade me. All right.
Yeah.
Focus.
Time to get serious. No sister wives, no Pokemon. So,
Only Inuyasha and Water God.
And so they make it through these shrine, what do you call them? There's a specific name. Anyways, shrine entrance. And Shippo's like, yeah, this is the shrine that I saw. And it's like, oh,
Flooded.
okay. Yeah, just in the middle of
There's just water.
the lake.
I don't know.
I don't know. I mean,
I don't know how the water
you.
watered that, but okay.
It just happens, people.
There's nothing holding it in. It's not.
It's floating.
Yeah.
Magic.
That's fine.
Anime
things.
Feudal era Japan magic, as they do.
So Water God is this weird looking dude.
Yeah, very weird.
Yeah, but it's definitely a dude.
Mm-hmm.
And he's over here just being powerful. And he's powerful. Because, Inuyasha, he sees whoever he thinks is a bad guy. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. And he's just ready to pounce, right?
Right.
So he just comes out in full. It's just like,
naturally.
You're going to take my swordy sword and
I'm gonna
just do a little swipey swipe. But then
just
Water
gonna cut
God,
you up, bitch.
yeah, comes out pretty... quick on the rebuttal of the swordy sword. Mm-hmm. And then,
with the...
Tetsuga? That's the name of the sword?
Yeah, Tetsaiga.
So
close. Yeah, Tetsaiga.
Like, transformed back from, like, the big, badass-looking sword just to, like, a little shrivelly, rusty-looking thing.
Yeah, the
Like
sad-looking Tetsaiga.
Yeah, and so, I mean, I think that tells us as, like, the audience, oh, okay, so this guy is actually...
Like, actually, he can be kind of a powerhouse if he wanted.
He's pretty strong.
Yeah.
Which I feel like falsely led me to believe that he was actually the real water god.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Falsely went down that path.
Yeah, spoiler alert, not the real water god.
Yeah, not the real water god. You guys would have found that out in about 5 minutes anyways.
Yeah,
if you haven't already seen the episode.
Yeah, and if you haven't seen it, I don't know, like 20 years ago?
Yeah.
So, you know.
If you were just me, not having watched any of this, and you can't get any of the names right, and Hannah's just yelling at you because you've only watched 27 episodes but don't know anyone's name.
We're talking about 2 different characters.
I'm just saying. Anyways.
And I'm like, oh wow, she agrees, Naraku's hot. And you're like, yeah, the pervy monk.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wait, no.
Different character.
No.
So yeah, water god's doing some water god shit, aka water's going fucking everywhere. And everything is flooding. And Kagome and Inuyasha are now fully submerged underwater.
Yeah, at like the whole
and
game
they're bubbling words to each other. Like that's not how that works. Human lungs work, but that's I don't know about Inuyasha, but I can say for Kagome, girl, you be dead long time ago.
Yeah, like maybe don't waste your breath on saying his name for the 18 millionth time.
She's yelling underwater, Inuyasha. They're separated in the water.
They get separated in all that flood stuff.
Yeah, and so it kind of seems, and there was a lot of chaos happening, but it kind of seemed like Inuyasha was being pulled down, whereas Kagome nothing was pulling her up, but she was just kind of naturally floating upwards, even though she was looking down in the water down at Inuyasha.
It's like
her body was just so buoyant from all that air in her brain, just air bubbles in her brain. It was just pulling her up.
But then what does that say about Inuyasha? He's just a dense motherfucker?
Well, I think I thought he was being pulled down.
Oh,
I
yeah.
thought the water was pulling him down.
Honestly, I think from watching that, I think this water god, because he has this trident of Utsumaku or whatever it is. I can't remember the name. But it's a specific name. But because he's wielding it, it's like I think he had the power to control all of the currents because he made the water flood in, so he can control the current. So if he wants Inuyasha down at the bottom of the pond, he can do that. And if he wants Kagome out here, he can do that. He wants Moroku and Sango over there, he can do that with all the currents. Like, he can control it all and have it all happen at once. So they're separated, which is more or less what happens. So I'm like, yeah, I'm just going to assume that because he's using this trident weapon, that he's able to control like a million different currents at once to get what he wants. So he effectively separates the group, and Kagome has hold of the children, the chilly children. And they end up kind of obviously separated from everyone, but they're still kind of in the big palace, like, I don't know what you'd call it, like, entry room or, like, you know, throne room?
The foyer.
The foyer.
There you go.
Okay, yeah, so there's Kagome and kids are still in the foyer.
Nice.
And because this water god demon thing wants probably his sacrifice still, and realizes that the actual sacrifice that should have been sacrificed is there. And Kagome is like, oh, he still wants, you know, the child sacrifice. And I said out loud, but what if he wants you? Like, the audacity. Like, maybe he just wants to kill all three of you. Have you, like, I know that's a crazy concept, Kagome, but, you know, maybe that's what's happening here. Right. So this water god really tries to do his best to attack them, but it doesn't quite work out. And one of the little boys, the false sacrifice, I guess you could say, tries to attack the water god, and that distracts him enough that Kagome was able to shoot
her magic arrows.
Yeah, her purifying arrow.
Which actually does some substantial damage to him, whereas nothing else was really
working.
Yeah, he was just deflecting everything, and it wasn't causing any damage
actual
to him. Yeah. So this was the first thing that hit him, where he was like, "You ruined everything, you stupid bitch." Like, that was literally his vibe.
Yeah.
Because he was shooketh. Like, nothing else has really gotten him like that. Same. So, yeah, legitimately injured his arm with her little arrow, which thankfully she figured out. She sorted that out, how to shoot that arrow, remember?
She's like, yeah, like,
15 episodes ago, and she didn't know how.
Yeah, she's like, I'm just a stupid bitch. I don't know how to shoot.
So, yeah, injures his arm, and then her, and did she have both kids at that point?
Yeah.
And so they were kind of just trying to escape at that point. They were kind of like, okay, he's distracted, he's injured.
Let's run for it.
And then we cut scene to these, like, sexy talking koi fish.
Oh, before that.
Okay.
Which is slightly important. Well, I wouldn't say slightly important. Just kind of like mediocrely important.
Okay.
Is we cut to Sango and Moroku waking up on like a rock, more or less. And they're coming. Well, Moroku came to, and he's like, "Oh, Sango. Oh, I don't know if she's breathing. I must give her the breath of life." Because they don't know what CPR is, but they know what breath of life is.
Of course. He just wanted a reason to
kiss her.
Yeah.
And fondle her, probably.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's for sure. And just as his face is hovering over hers, Sango wakes up and slaps the shit out of him. Mm-hmm. Like the slap that you hear around the world.
Exactly.
Kind of a thing. And she's like, what happened? Where am I? And Moroku kind of catches her up, which is really quick because he's like, we're just here. We woke up. We got swept away, but now we're here. And that's when in their conversation they see Inuyasha kind of unconscious and floating by in the water. Mm-hmm. And naturally, Moroku's like, is that Inuyasha? And I'm like, yeah, no, definitely not. Sorry for your mistake, dude, but that's the other silver-haired, like, crimson red wearing bitch of the show. No, of course it's Inuyasha. Yeah. Fucking dumbass.
Everybody just likes to say his name, though.
That's true. They can't keep it out of their mouths.
Same.
Inuyasha. So that's when Inuyasha is floated to the same rock that Sango and Moroku are on. Mm-hmm. And it's because this is where we talk about the koi fish that have human hair and wearing kimonos, and you're like, wow, this is terrifying.
Yeah, it is some special nightmare fuel for sure. That they just kind of come out. They just, full humans, but sexy talking koi fish.
Sexy talking koi fish.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what to make of it.
They pretty much just provide the information of, okay, if you haven't already figured it out, the water god you saw is not the real water god. Mm-hmm. The real water god is trapped and needs to be saved. And Inuyasha's kind of like, for fuck's sake, people, tell me where it's at, and I'm going to go deal with this myself.
Yeah, whatever.
And that's pretty much the energy.
Yeah.
Right? Did I miss anything?
No, you didn't. Like, that makes sense. Like, Inuyasha wakes up and is just like, that's not important. I know what's important. And, like, stomps off. He's like, I'm going back to the palace, to the foyer. Yeah. And Moroku's like, okay, but we should follow the talking sexy women koi fish. I don't really think that they're sexy, by the way, but
I don't
that's
either,
just what
but-
we're going
But
for.
they portrayed, like, essence of sexy. Like, they were
Like a
trying
maiden.
with the big
Maidenness,
lips that
yeah.
had lipstick on.
Very pouty,
I
for
didn't
sure.
feel like they were sexy, but I
No.
felt like they were trying to exude sexiness.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
what I'm trying to say.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. Yeah, because we're just saying sexy koi fish, but it's not like they were voluptuous.
Yeah, so Inuyasha, he's
Koi
like,
fish.
there's only one thing that's important right now, and that's saving Kagome. And that's when Hannah and I both looked at each other and were like, oh, it only took
Like,
all season.
forever.
And we got here, so Inuyasha just stomps off to go deal with this on his own.
Yeah,
he's going to go single-handedly save Kagome,
Yeah.
per
like,
usual, but
which-
he's actually admitting it this time.
Yeah.
Without putting a reason behind it. Because
Right.
she has the shard.
Right.
Because she can purify, he just full stopped there. I
Yeah.
have to go save her.
Which-
And he does.
Honorable.
So he gets up to go save her,
And
but gets quickly pulled in by tentacles.
as one does when they're fighting a water god, right? Right? That's what I'd expect is so many
Yep.
tentacles. So and Moroku is just like, yeah, we should probably figure out how to free the actual water god
Yes.
that these sexy koi fish have told us is imprisoned.
Yes.
So Inuyasha's just straight like, I'm here to use brute force, and
usual.
and Moroku is like, I'm going to free the real water god
Yeah,
to help
he's a little
us.
bit more of the logic. Inuyasha's just the brute force.
Yeah. So you see two
different
differences.
strategies.
Yeah.
But we're all working towards the same goal.
Yeah. We're
we
all in
wanna
this
be
together.
not dead.
We're all in this together. I don't know. I didn't watch High School Musical. I just know that part.
Oh, that's my favorite. So, yeah.
Yeah, so as Inuyasha's trying to once again go after this fake water god,
Yes.
Moroku hears voices coming from these
a pile of
of rocks. Yeah.
A pile of rocks.
And it's a lady's voice.
As we describe these animes, I'm like,
What is this? What is
Yeah.
life?
a pile of rocks. And it was like a little Japanese, like one of the shrine things. What do they call those little papers that have the words on it? Like not a fortune, but
I was almost going to call it a tarot, but that's not it either.
yeah. You know what I'm talking about? It's like the Japanese, the papers that
yeah.
they put it on to ward off evil spirits.
Yeah,
and they also
wards,
use
I guess
them
you could
for good luck. They use them for a lot of things.
What are
But there
they?
was one of these little white papers, I guess.
No, that's mat. Tatami mats are tatami mats.
Yeah, that was not it.
That was
But
not
yeah.
it.
But it was one of those things.
Yeah.
It was one of those things, and it was
Yeah.
it was like,
Talisman!
yes,
Talisman.
Thank you. And it was just there were no staples or paper clips or
It's just
glue.
stuck there.
It was just stuck onto a pile of rocks,
By magic.
and that's where Moroku was just like,
Okay.
I wonder if that's in here. Oh, this is a voice in here. Let's check this out.
It's a lady voice, so it must be a goddess of...
So
The water.
He pulls a little talisman up a little bit, so take a little peeky peek in there,
little
and he's
peek.
like, "Oh, it's a sexy chick, but she's tiny.
So tiny.
I've never experienced this before, but I'm willing to give it a try."
He said that out loud.
He did say that out loud. Like, that was really forward for the anime, I feel like. Because of all the insinuations that's not even insinuating.
But it's just
bold.
blatantly there.
Yes, that was very bold.
Oh, yeah.
That's
oh,
when
yeah.
I really fell in love with him.
Because he knows what he wants. And it's every woman on the
So
planet.
she was pretty much like, yes, it is I, the real water god, and I could fix all this, no problem. And then proceeds to not fix anything, and
Yeah.
she's just being carried around now.
Because she's so tiny.
She's so tiny. She's
so
just
tiny.
being chauffeured around, but not in a fancy caravan thing, just like in someone's dirty ass hand.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
you don't know where that hand's been, but she's just standing on it.
And they somehow, like, Naraku, because I think that he's the one who's holding her, right? Or who was holding her?
Well, like, a few people held her.
Okay.
Like, that was just the thing, but,
So at one point, she gets walked over to the edge of the body of water where Inuyasha was tentacle pulled under. And he's still tentacled under the water. And, you know, Kagome's just screaming, Inuyasha! Inuyasha! From the shore.
Yeah.
Like, okay, I don't know what he's supposed to do. He's fully submerged, and she's just, Inuyasha! Like, okay, whatever. So, stupid bitch. So someone then walks the water god over. This is wild. Okay, so then someone just is holding this.
When you think about it, it's fucking wild.
This tiny little Tinkerbell person walks them over. Like, geographically, they were all really close to each other. This pile of rocks was close to where the tentacles were, where the flooding water was. And then she just, like, takes off her earring and chucks it in the water.
Yeah, and then to depart it. She's fucking Moses.
Yes, she's Tinkerbell Moses right now.
Yeah. And, you know, like, because Inuyasha's tentacled, like, at the bottom of this lake bed or whatever. And so, I mean, good for her for throwing her earring down. And she's like, water part or whatever.
Yeah.
And that does it. I don't know why the earring has so much power.
I don't either. It was just a distraction. She's just like,
Because I feel like, okay, if she was a water goddess, she could just be like, water part. She doesn't have to throw her jewelry in there.
I thought it was because she couldn't really do anything because she just said, like, I need my trident.
Yeah.
And then after she chucked her earring in the water above where Inuyasha was.
Yeah.
Inuyasha got free and was like, the fuck do you need, bitch? Okay, we need to get you this thing.
I was winning, I swear.
And then he just kind of like submerges for a sec, catches his breath, goes back under, fishes out a trident, throws it up. And then just this huge ass trident is just like slow-mo style.
Yeah.
Just going its way through the air to go back to her. I don't know how this little 2-inch creature is supposed to catch this 10-foot trident.
She ain't gonna do it.
Wasn't there an interception here real fast?
There was, because like as the trident was flying through the air, mind you, for like half the time, Inuyasha's arm was stuck in the fake water god's mouth, who turned into a full-ass water snake thing, giant-ass water snake. And so Inuyasha flings the trident, and in the midst of it being airborne, the water serpent, fake water god, smacks it with its tail, so the trident just goes down to the bottom of the water. And everyone's like, oh no. And that's when our 8-year-old little boy just dives in to get it, like all fearless and shit. And I'm like, go kid, go, because I would not. At 8-year-old Hannah would not do that.
So true.
8-year-old Hannah would be like, oh boy, it's my bedtime, I'm just gonna go.
Yeah.
Because 8-year-old Hannah knows better.
Smart.
Yeah.
8-year-old Hannah has some strong survival instincts.
Yeah.
Self-preservation instincts.
Like, so hard.
Yeah.
So hard.
But this 8-year-old, so selfless.
So selfless, and is like, I just want to save me and my friend and my new group of friends that I bribed to be here, but here we are. So he goes in, dives for it, gets it.
Yeah.
And Inuyasha's still struggling with the fake water god.
Oh, okay.
And
sure having a real tussle.
Yeah, a real tussy-tuss. And 8-year-old brings it to shore eventually and Kagome gets the trident because obviously tiny real water goddess cannot hold it, being like 4 inches tall.
Yeah.
So Kagome holds it, but like, quote unquote, hands it to the water goddess. And as soon as the water goddess touches it, she finally grows to normal height. And she's like, okay, finally I got my power back.
And my double D's back.
Yeah, like, I'm a real woman.
Exactly.
And, you know, does some things to cease all of the water typhoons and stuff that are going on. And Inuyasha finally is just so angry. And he uses his claws, his sharp-ass claws, to, like, dig into the water snake, fake god, and, like, just rips it to shreds, like, to ribbons. And then the water goddess obviously puts everything back to normal, and the clouds depart.
Yeah, it was really all over in like 14 seconds.
Yeah, it was kind of crazy. And you also kind of think, wow, why couldn't Tetsaiga cut through this motherfucker when Inuyasha's claws could? Question mark. I don't understand.
There is no understanding. Okay. It's just anime.
Yeah, and I guess Inuyasha just had to be absolutely feral for whatever reason, but there we are.
Yeah.
And so the clouds depart, and, you know, it's this beautiful scenery of the lake, and the whole group is like, that's so nice.
Happily ever after until next season, bitches.
Yeah, and it just kind of ends from there. They defeated the fake water god. The village is back to normal. Sorry to the parents from 6 months ago who lost their child to this fake god. And,
oh yeah, that's really sad. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, no, that's the really fucked up part, is like, oh, sorry, like, you lost a child that you'll never get back.
But at least mine's cool.
Yeah, we're good. Okay, bye.
Yeah.
You know?
Wow, what an asshole.
Yeah, it's all sorts of fucked up, to be honest. You know, because you don't fucking recover from that. I'm just saying.
Man, on that happy note.
Yeah, you want to talk about sister wives? Something happier?
I mean, all I know is I probably don't have as much to look forward to in that show either, so.
Oh, well, no spoilers here. I'm not doing that to you. Because I just need raw emotion.
There we go.
From you when you find all the things. So, you know, that wraps up Inuyasha. And so we will probably eventually revisit season 2 of Inuyasha, but that's not going to be immediate because we didn't want to inundate you guys with all of the episodes of Inuyasha because it is kind of a longer series.
And Stephanie's brain can't handle it.
Yeah, we're gonna mix it up.
Stephanie's brain is a simple hoe.
So 1 season at a time, people.
Yes.
So yeah, Stephanie, since I picked Inuyasha,
yes,
it's your turn to pick what anime we go to next.
Yes, and I have 2 in mind. So I was kind of thinking it'd be fun if I maybe like write them on a scrap of paper and then put them in a cup and just let you draw at random from them, because I've got a couple in mind.
Oh wow!
And just let you just random
grab
pick it.
for it.
So
okay.
You're picking. You will be picking, but from my selection.
Okay.
That's
I like
what
it.
I'm thinking. We'll
like
do that
it.
We'll do that live before we start our recording.
Ooh, I like it. Okay. Yeah. All right. I'm here for it.
Yes.
I like that.
All right,
idea.
guys. Well, we will catch you soon.
Yeah. We'll see you in the next anime that Stephanie and I technically pick.
That's right.
All right.
Baka bye.